Welcome to the new season, Real Madrid, the Royal Kings of Spanish football and of world football for some people, get their show on the road. As usual, it's been a very, very difficult, not difficult, it's been another interesting off-season to say the least. When is it ever boring at the Bernabeu? Disappointing by their standards last year, now reloaded and ready for another assault on all fronts, and the big play attacking arsenal is as loaded as ever. Seth Eaves with you here. Thank you for being with us. Best seat now, all that stuff. We're kind of in a bit of a hurry up here. And, of course, you've got the big one here. It is Espanyol, the opposition today. An Espanyol side that finished 11th in La Liga last season. Dimitrovic, Riddell, Edu Esposito, Roberto Fernando, Nunez, Hinojo, El Halal, Dolan, Yuriko, Xavi Hernandez, and Cal. That's their starting 11. Meanwhile, Barcelona. Boy, oh boy, I'm in trouble already with the Madridistas on this broadcast. Real Madrid, their starting lineup in numerical order, after outfielders in numerical order: Thibaut Courtois in goal. Huijsen, one of the new defenders, new players, comes in, number 4. 5, Jude Bellingham, who shined for England at the World Cup. Number 7, Vinicius, who almost wasn't even here. More on that as the day progresses. Number 8, Freddie Valverde. 10, the omnipresent Kylian Mbappe. 15 is Arda Güler. 16 is Ibrahima Konate. 18, Alvaro Carreras. 20, Bernardo Silva, who signed for Manchester City. And number 21, Denzel Dumfries, who arrived from Inter Milan. Glad you're with us. Game 2 of our Saturday soccer doubleheader. Brentford winning in the Premier League earlier, now off to La Liga for the start of Real Madrid's campaign. And it'll be interesting to see how they get on today as Espanyol have the ball. First to start this encounter. If they give it away quickly, Real Madrid will have it going right to left as you listen. Espanyol from left to right. Espanyol finished 11th. That sounds okay, but if you know your Spanish football, you know that Manolo Gonzalez's team were in one of the more almighty relegation scraps I've ever seen, where literally everybody in the bottom half was still in danger of relegation with only a few match days to go. They beat Osasuna on the 17th of May last season, just a few years ago. That confirmed their survival. They finished level on points with Real Sociedad, only missing out on a top half finish in goal difference. These two teams meeting twice last year. Real Madrid with a pair of 2-0 wins. They met September 20th at the Bernabeu with Militao and Mbappe scoring. And then on May 3rd, Vinicius scored both at a 2-0 win in this particular fixture. Disappointing year for Espanyol. They were even dumped out by Atletico Baleares in the Copa del Rey. So trying to do better than 11th this season, and springing a surprise against the mighty Real Madrid would be a way of going about doing that. Here is Xavi Hernandez. Now, here is Riddell, who will pass it back to Dimitrovic. Dimitrovic beginning his second year in goal. Real Madrid trying to push forward, but can't do it. Of course, Real Madrid. It's always changed as far as players in. There were a couple of big departures as well. David Alaba, first time since 2021 that David Alaba's not there, and more perhaps crazy if you follow Real Madrid. The first time since 2012, 2013, they go into a season without Dani Carvajal in their squad. He was the last link of those Real Madrid teams that won 3 straight Champions Leagues from 16 to 18. Oh, by the way, we're 2:33 into the match, and we're just now giving you the first mention of, oh yeah, some guy named Mourinho's back in the game, coaching Real Madrid. That'll be it. That's not going to create anything. And already Vinicius wants a foul. course, he was in the summer, in the off-season, the subject of a highly publicized transfer talk. A lot of talk thought maybe he would be joining the Premier League champions Arsenal. He did not do so. Of course, Yan Diamande signed a couple of weeks ago from Leipzig. Doesn't start today. Dumfries is brand new. We mentioned him. Silva, Kanate, also Mark Cucurella is in this year from Manchester City. A good preseason. Only a 2-2 draw. Fiorentina kept him from perfect preseason. They beat Alcorcón, Leganes, Ferencváros, Deportivo La Coruña, and Schalke. Here is Bernardo Silva trying to pass it. Now here's Espanyol picking it up, left-hand side, and the club from Barcelona trying to push through. And out of bounds it goes. In each country, there are about 8 to 10 different top-flight clubs that if you tell them you'll finish second in the league, make the quarterfinals of the Champions League, round of 16 of the Cup, and finish runner-up in the Super Cup, that's not a bad season. At Real Madrid, that's a disaster. They won nothing last season. Nothing. Second in the league, 8 points behind the champions Barcelona, and as if they needed more salt rubbed into that wound, Barcelona clinched the title at the Bernabeu. Clinched the title with a 2-0 win at the Nou Camp on the 10th of May last season. At least some of the touch. Albacete knocked them out of the Cup in the round of 16. Barcelona also beat them in that Super Cup final. Champions League. They beat Benfica in the knockout playoffs and Real Madrid in the round of 16 before a wild 6-4 aggregate loss to Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals. One wonders what Real Madrid will do. Here come Espanyol now with Roger Hinojo. Trying to cover and play well defensively. And Diamande sitting on the bench again. You would have to think he will feature at some point. He doesn't start for Mourinho today. Here is El Halal. Now it's Alex Calatrava. Cala as he's known simply. El Halal trying to play it in. Foul here. World feed now showing us Mark Cucurella, who's also on the bench for Jose Mourinho in his first game of his second spell. Of course, his first spell. Mixed bag, depending on who you ask. La Liga title, obviously they love that, but Real Madrid probably more than any other club. They're probably the only club that you could probably say that feels this way. Prioritize winning the Champions League over even winning their own league. And Real Madrid was in that long, dry spell of the Champions League. Mourinho could not break it. Here's Jude Bellingham on the left-hand side, running at pace, which is what he's good at. He hasn't deflected, only as far back as Mbappe. Right-hand side, now back over to Bernardo Silva. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe trying to weave through traffic. Mbappe trying to weave the pass through. Couldn't. Cross deflected. Where's it going to go? Valverde's into the mixer. Here's Carreras. Now back to Vinny Jr. for Real Madrid. Here is Vinny on the left-hand side. Vinny now gives it back to Carras. Now clipped goes Vinicius, and that's going to be a free kick as Espanyol. So here is Real Madrid's free kick. So here is a free kick and a real chance for Real Madrid to break the deadlock. The dangerous Arda Güler whips one in, and the header is in. Real Madrid have their first goal of the season. It didn't take long, and it's Jude Bellingham. Well, Arda Güler is quite the deliverer from a dead ball situation. And he just showed it. And he just showed it to you right there. Delivering a pinpoint cross that met the head of Bellingham. And Real Madrid strike first. Less than 10 minutes into the new campaign. And Bellingham's header has given Real Madrid a 1-0 lead. And very little to no reaction from the manager. So 1-0, the goal coming from Bellingham. Espanyol trying to come back immediately, but Nate got in the middle of it there. But what a finish that was. Really good delivery by Güler. And then he just met the head of Bellingham. And Real Madrid go 1-0 to the good. So here is Courtois now to voice in a foul was called, and it's going to be a Real Madrid have the free kick. And now played out. Here is Konate, arrived from Liverpool. Wilson now gets it to Carras. Vinicius, and Vinicius is fouled. Foul committed by Urco. And Ree's in the middle of something, and he wants to look at something. Jose Maria Sanchez Martinez, the 42-year-old from Lorca, Spain, is our referee. He's been a La Liga referee since 2015. He is an economist and works as a bank employee for his day job. Been FIFA listed since 2017. Selected as he was one of the VAR referees for the 2019 Women's World Cup. And he was the official 2 years ago, April 2025, in a quarterfinal between Aston Villa and PSG. In my 8th match of the season here on Ultimate Sports Media already. I believe our 10th in general. When you count the two that the one that Matt White did yesterday, and the one that Matthew Owens did earlier today. Is Tottenham turns out haven't got all their issues fixed. Here's Jude Bellingham on the left-hand side. Now Bellingham. Bellingham trying to fight here. Tight battle, and Espanyol end up winning it. Again, left to right in their blue and white. Real Madrid, the opposite end, in all white. They lead by a single goal to nil. Again, if you like what you see, or more importantly, what you hear, hit that like and subscribe button, smash that notification bell so you'll be notified of future broadcasts 30 minutes before airtime and when we do go on the air. Hope you'll be with us for that as Cali now tries to play it but couldn't. And now Arda Güler has it for Real Madrid. Vinicius, oh, it's a cheeky back heel. Here's Güler. Here's Carreras, left-hand side. Option in the center. A little bit too long, though. Not enough on there. I thought it was going to be too long. It turned out to be not enough on there. That was my Rick Allen moment. I do apologize. Here's Dolan with it. Restolen now for Espanyol. Now to Edu Exposito. Minutes in the books. 1-0 lead for Real Madrid over Espanyol. Here is Urco. Another pass now goes to El Hilali. Urco. And he loses out, dispossessed. Now Real Madrid push it forward. They hit on the counterattack. Mbappe holds up the play a little bit. Güler tried to spin, but Hinojo had it briefly, and then here comes Real Madrid on the right-hand side into the area. Here's a cross and a good defensive clearance by Riddell, preventing that from 2-0. Silva. Bellingham. Now Carreras for Real Madrid. Here is Mbappe. And right at Dimitrovic, the keeper. Marko Dimitrovic. 34-year-old. Has previously played internationally for Serbia. He's also played for the likes of Charlton Athletic, Eibar, Sevilla, and Leganes. Joined Espanyol last summer, replacing Jean Garcia, who moved to Barcelona. Has the Europa League winners medal, winning it with Sevilla when he beat Jose Mourinho's Roma. When they beat Jose Mourinho's Roma, the 2023 final of that competition. Left-hand side, here comes Espanyol. Throw in, and now Mourinho looking on his team with a 1-0 lead, and you would expect them to now Real Madrid push forward. Here they come. Mbappe. Here's Vinicius. I couldn't keep it in, could he? So 17, about to be 18 minutes gone. Real Madrid still 1-0 up. El Hilali. Espanyol, again, I think they would just take another... They would take a finish around that 9th, 10th, or 11th place. I don't think they want it to be in the relegation fight, though, which you can't imagine that the relegation battle is going to be that tight as it was in La Liga last season, which is exactly what it was. Carreras has it. sign of how tight the relegation battle was last season. 7th and 19th were separated by just 10 points. 10 points was all it separated. 7th place Getafe and 19th place Girona. Getafe finished on 51, Rayo Vallecano on 50, Valencia on 49, Espanyol and Real Sociedad on 46, Athletic Bilbao at 45, Sevilla, Alaves, and Elche on 43, Real Madrid on the attack. I'll take right-hand side, and job done. Levante, Osasuna, and Mallorca all finished on 42. Mallorca, though, the unlucky team, head-to-head points was the tiebreaker used. And Mallorca were on the wrong side of that. And Girona, after qualifying for the Champions League a couple of years prior, finished second bottom about 41 points. So, again, I highly doubt we're going to see a relegation, see a bottom able that crowded. But then again, you never know. You never do know, do you? That's why you watch sport and watch these events, because you never really know how it's all going to work out. So, 19 and a half minutes gone. Here is Vinicius. Now Carreras. Again, more live football or soccer, whatever you want to call it. Tomorrow for the Premier League, Manchester City against Bournemouth. 2 more matches confirmed. 1 tomorrow, Manchester City, Bournemouth, and 1 Monday with Fulham, Chelsea. No word yet on if that Newcastle-Liverpool game will be on or not. We can't confirm that yet. Here's a pass, and Dumfries trying to cross it in, and it was saved by Dimitrovic. So he did very well. Here is Huysen with it. Dean Huysen. So back inside of his own half. Real Madrid still leading via a Jude Bellingham header off a free kick delivery from Arda Güler. It is Güler to Bellingham to give Real Madrid the lead. Valverde again on the right-hand side. He's got a little bit of room to work. Güler trying to play it into Mbappe, and Espanyol covering defensively. Now Cala has it. Now here comes Espanyol running forward. Be a chance for them, you know. We're on this left-hand side. Dancing into the penalty area. And away by Kanate. Still not there, and the ball comes in and it hits the side netting. Cala thinks it's a corner. It's going to be a goal kick, though. That's what Cala was complaining about. First real attacking side of the day, though, from the hosts. Real Madrid, of course, be in the Champions League again, league phase. We'll have plenty of action for that coming to you at a later date. Of course, after this game is over, I will go into the lab and cook. So here is Huysen now for Real Madrid. Now here is Bellingham. Huysen. Now goes back to Konate. Real Madrid, as you would suspect, have had a lion's share of the possession. How about 68% of the possession? Oh my goodness, that's Blood down the face. Who's that? Valverde? So definitely a scary situation there. In the lead for Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham got the goal. If you are just joining us, and now a hydration break. Wondered if how many leagues will employ that after the World Cup. And match day one, it's technically listed as match day two, though really, though Real Madrid did not play last week. A bit of a staggered start. Some teams opening up last week, and some in La Liga opening up this week. Is it a chance to remind you of what's coming up on our family of networks as far as other sports for the rest of this weekend and the future. Again, it's Real Madrid take the free kick rather quickly as we do resume play here. Again, later tonight, Major League Baseball coming your way at 6:30. A critical matchup between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Philadelphia Phillies from the city of brotherly love. Hope you'll be with us for that. Hugh Owens will be on the call for that. NASCAR tomorrow. Note the change. This was announced yesterday. 2 o'clock Eastern, 7 UK time, 8 German time for the Dollar Tree 301 at New Hampshire. Moved it up an hour. Try and beat weather, and NASCAR has to be applauded for that. Here is Adu Exposito. El Halal now, it's Kala. Adu Exposito. Shot blocked now. Riddell, he's going to have a crack at it. Slight deflection. Courtois had to react and make a save. Danger still not clear. And then it came to Roberto Fernandez. This is better from Real Madrid. Or from Espanyol. Again, I mentioned Fulham Chelsea Monday. Chicago Cubs, Arizona Diamondbacks. That comes your way Monday night at 9:30. Tuesday night at 9:30, the Philadelphia Phillies head west, take on the Seattle Mariners. Thursday action from the W. The Golden State Valkyries of the New York Liberty. And then Friday night baseball, the 28 Dodgers Tigers. And then American football, college football next Saturday at 3:30 Eastern. A tasty one from the ACC, North Carolina State and Virginia, as well as the ATP Winston-Salem Open Final and the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. And there will be more soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. That's for you, JT, if you're with us. If you're out there piping in. I'm sure you are. You've got 25 things in your ear. Here is Urco for Espanyols. We resume action. So stay tuned, and that will be coming up on our Dolan with a cross. Here is Hoyson. And hopefully by the time that we get on the air for City and Bournemouth tomorrow, we'll have updated schedules for the midweek action in the beautiful game. Let's deflect it away there. Real Madrid are been somewhat on the back foot here the last few minutes. Espanyol have started to grow into confidence here, ever so slightly. There's a Hoyson. Hoyson roams forward. Real Madrid playing it. Valverde now gives it to the right side to Mbappe. Here goes Kylian. Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe now teeing it up. Guler. Now here is Freddie Valverde. Real Madrid dancing into the penalty area. Now here go Espanyol on the attack. The attacking half, they've got a good play here. This is Cala. He wants to play it in. Xavi Hernandez. Heel. Dolan now. Hernandez. Moving. Cross. Cala. 1-1. It had kind of been coming based on the last few minutes of play. And Cala with a cool finish has equalized for Espanyol. Well now, we have ourselves a game, don't we, boys and girls? Again, Xavi Hernandez just works it, dancing around left side, trying to find a way to slice it in, and then he found Cala. And when he did find Cala, Cala was there to finish with a plum. Vinicius, there now. More issues and a yellow card here. So Real Madrid the free kick here in the 33rd minute. Here's the cross, and Brian much there. Real Madrid running forward again. Here's Kylian Mbappe. That's a good save. Follow-up shot blasted over. Well, that is the threat that Mbappe poses. If you give him a chance to do anything, that's going to be dangerous, and it's going to be almost a death sentence for you. Here's Real Madrid with Dumfries. Espanyol now in the back here. Fifth minute, Real Madrid now passing it back inside their own half. Vinicius goes down. So 36th minute, Real Madrid passes it out of the bank. Again, it was just working on some stuff behind the scenes, if you will. So we are we're cooking now, if you will. 1-1, 36th. About to be the 37th minute. And again, it's 1-1 between Espanyol and Real Madrid after the Bellingham header cobbled with an equalizer for the host. Espanyol have been much better since conceding the goal. I mean, let's be honest here. Espanyol committed 7 fouls, just 1 for Real Madrid. Mbappe's throw in. Ruler now back to Mbappe. This little 1-2. Here is Mbappe chipping it in. And out of play, it will go. So a goal kick coming for Espanyol. Still 1-1. Now here is Bernardo Silva. Silva gives it away. Here's Bellingham. Right inside. Real chance. Can he finish? Good save, Dimitrovic. He's made a couple of saves, the big Serbian. Now Espanyol running forward again here with Xavi Hernandez. Xavi Hernandez now laying it off. Now it's Espanyol with it. Hand side. Owen trying to pass it. It now goes over to Urko. 7 minutes plus stoppage time to play in this opening half. Espanyol now just kind of being patient and holding the ball here. Hand side. Now here is Valverde to squeeze in a pass. Guler now looking for some. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. '40th minute, still 1-1. Minutes to go. '41st minute, still 1-1. We're at the back. '42nd minute here. '42nd minute. Now Real Madrid work on the right-hand side. This is Kylian Mbappe. Playing the pass off for Bernardo Silva. Now for Mbappe. Slight touch. Guler trying to play it. Mbappe's going to get there. Is he? Confusion. Out of play it goes. I think it's going to be a goal kick, much to the chagrin of Mbappe and Guler. You talk about a let-off. Espanyol looked rather confused. No, it actually is now. Now it is a corner. Originally, I thought it was they were complaining about something, but it is going to be a corner for Real Madrid. Now that I think about, now that they've talked about it more. Free kick here for Arda Guler. Guler lofting one in. It's going to elude everybody. It's Valverde, and it's out of play. And who touched it last? Dumfries thinks he was being held in the area. Here is a Real Madrid corner kick. They play it short. This is Valverde. Valverde now to Mbappe. Room for a shot. Mbappe deflected. And over. That should be a corner. Well, he was raring to shoot, and the Espanyol defender knew it. Hence why the sacrifice to make the play happen. Here is the corner. Out of play it goes. No, it doesn't go to play. It stays in with Vinicius. Vinicius now trying to outrun his man. Now he's got an opportunity. Vinicius and... Oh, it hit his hand. As it bounced off his foot, it bounced incidentally onto his hand, but intentionally or no, they will call it when it's pretty obvious. Free kick here by Dimitrovic, and we'll have 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. And now Espanyol are in. Dolan had it briefly, cut away. Dolan now gives it to Urko. Now Halal. Now here's Espanyol with Javi Hernandez. Hernandez giving it to El Halali. Oh, the header. A chance, maybe. Roberto Fernandez, it's still there. Can he find somebody? He's hemmed in. And then a cross is going to end up being caught by Courtois. But, boy, Real Madrid, they have been asking, Espanyol have been asking the questions here for the last 15 to 20 minutes. Now Guler for Real Madrid. Two minutes of the 3 that have been played. Now Real Madrid coming forward here at the end of the half. Ball playing for Guler. And play it goes. Play 2 minutes and 45 seconds for 3 minutes. minutes are up, and that'll take us to halftime. So it is halftime, and good one in Espanyol. Jude Bellingham's header gave Real Madrid the lead off an Arda Güler free kick. But Espanyol have been playing much better as of late, and they got the equalizer through Kala late in the first half. All even after 45 at the break. It's Espanyol 1, Real Madrid 1. Busy day across Europe's top leagues. We'll get you caught up on what all is happening, plus some sad news to report. That's coming up at halftime here on Ultimate Sports Media. Halftime of the opening match of the La Liga season for Real Madrid, and they are level at 1 against Espanyol. Jude Bellingham with a goal for the visitors, Kala with the equalizer for the hosts. Well, it's a great day for all of us that love this sport. It is a great day as most league seasons now are underway. The English Premier League season started today, La Liga this weekend, German Super Cup, Serie A, all the big leagues are getting into action. But we got a reminder today in the beautiful game of just how fragile life can be. Former West Bromwich Albion player and current Real Sports Club of Portugal player Quaven Castro has tragically passed away. He died today at the age of 25. Castro collapsed just 10 minutes into a friendly match while playing for the Portuguese side. A club doctor attempted to revive him with a defibrillator before he was rushed to the hospital, where he sadly succumbed to his condition. So our thoughts, prayers, and deepest sympathies are with his family and his friends. Perhaps a slight damper put on the opening day of a brand new season in some leagues. As the soccer season is up and running, let's go ahead and get you caught on what else is happening today across the leagues. Let's start in La Liga, since we're doing a little. If you know me, you know how I do it. I do the match. We'll start with the scores and matches of leagues that I'm covering. Two earlier matches today in La Liga. Sevilla, a team that's been flirting with relegation each of the last two seasons. They're 2 for 2 to start this campaign. They go on the road and beat Athletic Bilbao by 3-1. Oso Shadera Ajuke and Isaac Romero, the goal scorers for Sevilla. Paredes got one back. Also today at the Mestalla, finished goalless between Valencia and Celta Vigo. Premier League season got underway last night as the champions Arsenal took care of business comfortably against newly promoted Coventry. Today, two of the bigger clubs hoping to get back on track got off to, rough starts. Manchester United slipped up at last season's championship playoff winners Hull. Hull scoring both goals at the first half. A 2-0 win for the Tigers. A rough start for Michael Carrick. Also, Tottenham were thumped, as seen and heard earlier on USM. Tottenham thumped by Brentford 3-0. So, De Zerbi's plan not going there. Playing Lewis Potter, Yanelt, and Coyote scoring for Keith Andrews' man. Elsewhere in the Premier League today, Everton beat Crystal Palace 2-0. Kieran Dewsbury Hall and Themo Berry scoring for the Toffees. Ipswich marked their Premier League return with a late win over Sunderland. Jack Clark got the winner late. And Nottingham Forest and Leeds, they're going to play each other actually this upcoming week at the Carabao Cup. They met in the league today, and Anton Stock with a free kick at the final minutes, giving Leeds the points at the City Ground to start the season. The season today. In Germany, the league hasn't started yet, but German Cup action today, and as is tradition, all the top teams play their first round matches at lower tier sides. Among the results of note in the German Cup today, Bayer Leverkusen beat Wien Wiesbaden 4-0. Same for Hoffenheim, they win at BJ Aue. It was Lüneburger 0, Werder Bremen 3. Hertha Berlin beat Saarbrücken on penalties. Leipzig hit Eintracht Trier for 6. In Serie A, Inter make a winning start with a 4-1 win against Monza. Çalhanoğlu, Zielinski, Esposito, and Bisek, the goal scorers. Right now, 5 minutes to go, and Napoli lead at Genoa 1-0. Kevin De Bruyne has the goal for the Neapolitans. And in the 84th minute, it's Parma 0, Cagliari 1. Alessandro Romano scoring there. One other final today, Udinese and Como ended 1-1. In the French league today, Lyon continued their impressive start of the season. They beat PSG in the Super Cup. They win their first league match today, 5-2. They beat Auxerre. 4 other matches in the French league in the final moments. It is in the 87th, Le Mans 2, Brest 2. Nice and Lorient are goalless in the 88th minute. Lyon lead Toulouse 2-0. And Troy and Paris FC are goalless. Bayern Munich won the German Super Cup over Borussia Dortmund today, 2-1. The goals coming from Nathaniel Brown and Michael Olise for Bayern. Fabio Silva did pull one back for Dortmund. In the English Championship, Birmingham 2, Bristol City 2, Lincoln 1, Portsmouth 3, Millwall 3, Norwich 0, Blackburn 2, Middlesbrough 1, Derby 2, Cardiff 2, Preston 1, Wolves 3, QPR 0, Bolton 0, Southampton 3, Stoke 1, Swansea 0, Sheffield United 0, West Ham 1, Charlton 2, and Wrexham were frustrated at home by Watford 1-1, so still looking for their first win of the year. Dutch Eredivisie today, 3 matches, 2 in the books. AZ beat Fortuna Sittard 2-0. Sparta Rotterdam and FC Utrecht played to a great 3-3 draw. PEC Zola lead Heerenveen by 2-0. In the Portuguese league today, Sporting Lisbon lead Alverca 1-0 at the half. Finals today, full times today, Maritimo and Academico finished 2-2, and Rio Ave beat Estoril by 2-0. In the Scottish Premiership, Derby Day in Dundee. Dundee taking over Dundee United 2-0 was the final in that one. In the Turkish League, Fenerbahce got 2 from Mason Greenwood as well as a goal from Marco Asensio. They beat Konyaspor 4-2. It finished Kaykor Rizespor 0, Samsunspor 2, and Kasimpasa 1 at Coram FK by 1-0. Tomorrow, notable matches tomorrow in the European leagues. Tomorrow in La Liga. La Liga tomorrow, 3 more matches. Barcelona's opener among them. They're at Elche. Getafe against Racing. And Atletico Madrid against Villarreal. That could be a fun one for the Metropolitano. In the Premier League, 3 matches tomorrow. 1, maybe 2 of them will be on our networks. We know Manchester City and Enzo Maresca's league debut will be on against Bournemouth. Also tomorrow, Brighton play Aston Villa and Newcastle play Liverpool. Elsewhere tomorrow in the European leagues, other notable European league action tomorrow. In the German Cup, Eintracht Braunschweig play Union Berlin. Schott play Borussia Mönchengladbach. Christian Malley's team, Mainz, are away to VfB Krieschaw. Fortuna Dusseldorf and Freiburg looks tasty, looks like a good one as well. 4 matches from Serie A tomorrow. Juventus away to Frosinone. Venezia against Lecce. Atalanta against Sassuolo. And Torino hosting AC Milan. In France, Rennes and PSG will play at 2:45 tomorrow. That's on our sister station, Well-Rated Sports Radio. Pierre Moss will be your man with a plan on that one. Also tomorrow in the French League, Angers against Lille and Le Havre against Monaco. 1 championship game tomorrow, early game, 7 a.m. West Brom against Burnley. 3 matches in the Eredivisie tomorrow. Go-ahead Eagles against ADO Den Haag. PSV versus 2-2 Groningen. And Camber against Feyenoord. In the Portuguese League tomorrow, it's Vitória Guimarães against Nacional, Santa Clara against Famalicão, and Porto against Arouca. In the Turkish League, Trabzonspor and Istanbul Başakşehir is the game that maybe pops your eyes the most in that particular league. And of course, Monday, we've got action. A few games on Monday. Of course, we'll have Fulham Chelsea for you from the cottage at 3 Eastern. There's 2 La Liga matches on Monday. Osasuna playing Levante and Malaga against Deportivo. A few German Cup ties as well. Hamburg away to Verl. Wolfsburg play away to Athletic. Cologne are at Würzburger Kickers, and Schalke play Hallescher. 2 Serie A matches on Monday. Bologna versus Lazio. Roma Fiorentina. Gil Vicente and Casapia is the 1 Portuguese league game on Monday. Also on Monday, Malmo play Djurgården in the Swedish league. Brøndby and Silkeborg play in the Danish league. And NCAA men's college soccer, plenty of action there as well on Tuesday. And now back to the task at hand. Espanyol and Real Madrid. 1-1 the score here in this one. As we like to welcome those of you that have been following events over on JB Motorsports. Those of you that have been watching racing on there today, our coverage of the NASCAR, their coverage of the NASCAR Truck Series, JT, has just sent those viewers to us. We welcome in this new audience. The second half of this match between Espanyol and Real Madrid. It is 1-1, the first league match of the season for Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham got the goal for Real Madrid. Espanyol, though, got one back. Cala's equalizer has made it 1-1. And it's been an interesting first 45 minutes, to say the least, the second of our doubleheader today. We hope you were with us earlier today as Brentford beat Tottenham 3-0. We had Coventry and Arsenal yesterday. Manchester City against Bournemouth tomorrow. Fulham against Chelsea on Monday. And then tomorrow morning, when you're with us for Man City and Bournemouth, we'll unveil the schedule we have. We've just put it down, what our schedule is for next week. We're going to have action from the Carabao Cup, the Champions League, the UEFA Champions League, and the Dutch Eredivisie next weekend. Referee waiting to get this second half underway. When it gets going, Espanyol will be going from right to left as you listed in their blue and white shirts. Real Madrid, the opposite end, in their familiar all whites. Waiting for the whistle, and we're underway. The second half is now up and running. Here is Kanate with it for Real Madrid. Ibrahima Kanate giving it a touch. Espanyol playing a high press. There's a tackle, and has a foul been called? Yes, it has. As down goes Carreras. And so a foul, a stoppage, 22 seconds into the second half. This Kala, the goal scorer for Espanyol, just got contact with his foot there. So here is Real Madrid with the free kick. Here's Kanate on the ball. Hand side now. Here is Bellingham on the run. Bellingham. Play it through, and it goes back to Dimitrovic. Dimitrovic now to Noho for Espanyol. Now go forward. Javi Hernandez, who had the assist for the goal for Espanyol. He's in a tough battle. Referee says, enough of this. Be quiet. Be on the right track and get back going. It's a Real Madrid throw-in. One of the new signings, Denzel Dumfries, with the throw-in for Real Madrid. Left-hand side. Real Madrid dancing. Here's Vinicius. Someone's gonna have to explain to me why this clock on the screen just went red. My keep the score bug says it has it in normal black, but it's red numbering there. So if you're wondering why that is, I'm saying that to say that if you're wondering to know why it is, don't ask me, because I don't know how that happened. That might be a JT thing. Real Madrid dancing. Left-hand side. Cross coming in. And Roberto Fernandez back there providing defensive duties. Now Real Madrid trying to play it back forward. Header goes to Dimitrovic. Here is Nunez. Now Hinojo with it. Again, no changes for either team that we're aware of out of the halftime dressing room. This is really dangerous. Espanyol playing back like that. Dumfries tried to head it forward, couldn't. Espanyol trying to push forward, and now they've got some room to potentially operate right here. Here they come with Adu Exposito. Dolan lifting one in. And, Cala misplayed the volley spectacularly. Nearly the whiff. That could have been a mess. here is Dolan. Dolan and a foul. So Espanyol, the free kick. It's about the same place on the pitch where Arda Guler delivered the free kick that Jude Bellingham headed in. Can Espanyol have a simple retort? They go the short route here. Sanoho, and then a whistle. First minute. Madrid have it with Mbappe. He gives it up. Now Real Madrid with Bellingham on the left-hand side. Bellingham. Carreras fights forward to the left-hand side. Espanyol to throw in, and they work it out. Now it goes back to Mbappe. Madrid. Mauricio Pochettino is among the dignitaries in the stands. He managed Espanyol once upon a time. Of course, you know him now as the manager of the United States national team. Here is Dumfries. Dumfries! And wide it goes. Real Madrid with a corner. Here is the header. Oh, great save. Follow up. Mbappe couldn't steer it in either. A massive let-off for Espanyol. Real Madrid still pushing forward after Espanyol gave it away. Here's another long ball coming in. And right at Dimitrovic. Now it goes back to Thibaut Courtois. Fourth minute. Still 1-1, but Real Madrid are now growing into this match. In this second half, at least, they're growing into it. How's it going to work out? How is it going to end? We're in the 55th minute, still 1-1. Massive moment a minute ago for Real Madrid. Again, for those of you that are just joining us, we thank you. If you like what you're seeing and hearing, a reminder to like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. You can look at this save for Dimitrovich to deny Bellingham what would have been his second header. But smash the notification bell. You'll be notified about 30 minutes before a live event or when the live event takes place. You'll be notified and you'll be ready to go. We appreciate your comments. Me, Pierre, and Matthew were trying to keep it lively for Matt White yesterday in the chat. Wasn't there for Brentford Tottenham today. That's my mistake. Here's Dolan. Espanyol on the run. Dolan cross. Blocked by Dumfries. No-ho now to Adu Exposito. Dolan. Great challenge made by Dumfries. Cooler. Real Madrid has some players warming up, and two of them include two of the newer signings for the summer, Diamande and Cucurella. I had to say off-season because it's still summer for a lot of the world. Guler. Slide challenge from Espanyol. Bernardo Silva now has it. It's going to be weird doing that City game tomorrow and not calling his name and calling his name today instead. Here is Winston for Real Madrid. Still with 62% possession. Hand side, Vinicius being hemmed in by El Hilal, and then Vinicius goes down. Foul and a free kick. For Real Madrid, as El Hilal also took a bit of a tumble there. So a free kick here for Real Madrid, and probably a bit too far out to think about going for goal. Guler. Guler now with this free kick. He can deliver him. He already delivered one. That's another good ball. This time it's headed behind by Nunez. It'll be a Real Madrid corner. He was aiming it towards Hoyson. Nunez got back there to cover it defensively for Espanyol. Inside. Now here is Guler again. Guler lofting one in. Header! And saved by Dimitrovich. For God's sake, why is it always like this? Having to reset this dead blank clock. Alright, maybe we got it going here. Vinicius. JT, why'd you reset the damn clock? Supposed to make our lives easier, not harder. I kid because I care. Yellow card here. A foul Espanyol. Riedel has committed it. That's Clemens Riedel. 23-year-old who's been with the club since last calendar year. Previously of Darmstadt, signed last August. Mostly a center back, but can also play at right back. Real Madrid with a free kick. Again, the dangerous Arda Güler, and he might be able to squeeze this one in. Or give it a go here. You just never know. We approach the hour in Barcelona. 1-1 between Espanyol and Real Madrid. Mbappe and Güler both over it. It's going to be Mbappe, and it's over the bar by a couple of feet. Well, I don't want to give insult Mbappe when I say it. That's almost Ronaldo syndrome. It's like, I'm the star, I'm going to take the free kick, even though Güler, you would say, is a better free kick taker. I mean, Mbappe's great, does a lot of things, but I think he'd have been better served letting Güler have that. With Real Madrid substitutes getting ready to come on. Here is Xavi Hernandez. Edu Exposito. Now it's Kala. Edu Exposito. Lofting it in. Too long of a ball. Now here is Vinicius, left-hand side for Real Madrid. Vinicius into the penalty area. Vinicius, oh, push from behind. Is that going to be a penalty? No. Or maybe, hold on, the referee's getting buzzed here. He might want to take a look at it from first angle. It looked like a penalty. You be the judge. Well, Vinicius maybe makes a little meal of it, but there is contact from Edu Exposito. Play has resumed, so referee has not done anything about it. 33,304 the attendance at the RCDE Stadium for this fixture. I'll be trying to give way and do it. Yes. Hernandez goes down. Now Real Madrid assistants giving some substitutes. Diamande instruction on what to do. So it looks like we're going to see the Ivorian. The Phenom who arrived from RB Leipzig. Edu Exposito. Urco. Now Kala. Here is Noho for Espanyol. Espanyol trying to pass the ball here. This is Exposito now over to El Halali. Noho now in the back. Now it goes back to Dimitrovic. Looks like Cucurella might be getting ready to come on for Real Madrid too. Play goes, and now the substitutes, and now as Carreras comes off, it's going to be the Real Madrid debuts of Marc Cucurella and Yan Diamande. Carreras and Güler both being withdrawn. So Real Madrid still have 3 subs left they can make. Here's Kala. Cucurella, the 28-year-old, made 115 appearances for Chelsea. He's also played for Eibar, Getafe, and Brighton. This is Dolan. Dolan, cross, and headed by Konate, and it'll be a throw-in. 55 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons is what Real Madrid paid Chelsea for Cucurella's services. And then Diamande, boy, he really is a star. Just 19 years of age, the first Ivorian player So Riddell comes off for Espanyol, but to finish up on Diamande, also Balza comes in for Kala. So the goal score now has been withdrawn. Finish up there, 125 million euros. It made him Real Madrid's record signing, surpassing the fee they paid for Bellingham. Again, the first Ivorian to sign for Real Madrid. And also broke Nicolas Pepe's record as the most expensive African footballer in history. That's what Diamande is bringing to the table. Espanyol, Rafael Balza just came on, 21 years of age. Loaned at Mirandes last season, back with Espanyol. He's made 9 prior appearances with the team. And then the Slovenian defender Vanja Drucic, who is on loan from Zenit St. Petersburg. Yes, they still play football in Russia, even though you're not familiar with them in the Champions League because of the UEFA ban. 67th minute. Real Madrid with it as we now resume play. Well, everybody left. What a shock. So happens when you have a guy who sucks at his job. Here's Cucurella. Vinicius tried to play it in. Goes back to Bellingham. Valverde. Bellingham. Just to get down. Now on the right-hand side, Diamande. Now here is Diamande with it. And Espanyol able to clear back away. Jose Mourinho's team. Can they get the victory here? Or are they going to have to settle for being frustrated on the opening day of the Spanish season? Their season, at least, I should say. Here's Diamande on the right-hand side. Yan Diamande. Here's the cross, and it's over everybody's head. Goes back to Vinicius on the other side, far left. Vinicius, he wanted to shoot that. Couldn't find room. Finds Cucurella. Cucurella back to Vinicius. And Mbappe tried to tee it off. He couldn't. Espanyol playing it from the back, but Diamande's putting a lot of pressure on. Okay, now to Exposito. El Hilal, his cross. Away it goes by Dumfries. Only as far back as Exposito! And it goes over the bar, but I think there was a foul before the shot was released anyway. Just past 5 o'clock in the East Coast, 10 o'clock UK time. This is Ultimate Sports Media's live coverage of La Liga. Espanyol and Real Madrid 1-1 the score here. I'm Seth Eaves. Jude Bellingham headed Real Madrid into an early lead before a goal from Kala gave Espanyol an equalizer. Kala has since been subbed out of the game. Two of Real Madrid's off-season signings have just came on as substitutes, Marc Cucurella and Yan Diamandi. You're in the 70th minute as you see on your screen. Here's Kylian Mbappe dancing through traffic. Mbappe with a shot that was blocked. Cucurella lunging forward, got clipped from behind as he headed it forward. No foul. Espanyol might have a chance to break. On the left-hand side, here is restolen. Bauza now to Bernardo Silva. Here is Mbappe. Vinicius dancing into the box. Vinicius! And it's over. Real Madrid back in action very quickly in the midweek. They'll play again on Wednesday night, the home opener against Real Sociedad. Then a week from tomorrow, they're home for Malaga. And then their rest of their first handful of matches in the first month of the year, their September schedule, a trip to Real Betis. They host Rayo, go to Elche, they go to Atletico Madrid. We'll have that one for you on the 20th of September. The first El Clasico, in case you're wondering, is the week commencing October 25th. That'll be in the new camp. So the December trip to Athletic Bilbao of interest. The rematch between these two teams, the reverse fixture, is scheduled to be the week commencing March the 14th. Second El Clasico will be May 9th, so it'll be late in the season like it was last year when Barcelona beat Real Madrid to clinch the La Liga championship. They're also in the Supercopa de España, which will be in Istanbul. They'll play in early February in the semifinal day of that against Real Sociedad. Here is Bellingham. Bellingham, Real Madrid playing it. Vinicius, cross deflected. Espanyol go to Real Sociedad next week. And then September for them will be a home game with Sevilla, a trip to Osasuna, an away game at Rayo, and a home game with Elche. They'll play Barcelona, their city rivals. The first meeting between the two teams will not be until, you can believe this, the 3rd of January, the week commencing that. They'll play again on April the 18th. 73rd minute. Real Madrid, they're the ones you would think would be more likely to chase the winner here. This is Yan Diamandi. Left-hand side now feeds it to Dumfries. Dumfries back to Diamandi. Diamandi, left-hand side. Now it's Valverde. Bellingham running. Gives it to Diamandi. Now Diamandi trying to cut back to the left. Diamandi. Dumfries. And blocked off the heel of Nunez. Another Real Madrid corner. 74th minute. And Bellingham is gimpy a little bit as he gets back up. Here's the corner. Not much there for Real Madrid. 5th minute. Madrid with the left-hand side. Fifth minute. And Espanyol are getting ready to make a double change here, it would appear. And so the double change has been made. Paul Lozano and Pere Mila replacing Yurko and Javi Hernandez. So Lozano, who when he starts is listed as a third captain. And Mila, who wears number 11. So Espanyol have one more sub that they can make. 26-year-old who's been on loan in the past at Girona and Granada, but he's been on Espanyol's books since 2019. You have Mila, who has made nearly 100 appearances for Espanyol. Here's Bernardo Silva for Real Madrid, looking for the pass, and it's cleared away to safety. Hoisted now back to Courtois. Now here is Kanate. Playing it through here is Valverde. Left-hand side, Vinicius. And it's blocked. Vinny is blocked. Good block, good defensive play there by Espanyol. It is a corner for Real Madrid. 77th minute. Can Los Blancos find a way to get the 3 points to start the season? Wouldn't say they've been outplayed, but they haven't exactly dominated either as far as chances. Espanyol have played fairly well. Silva's corner, headed away. Well, Real Madrid with some more substitutes being set to be unveiled. Now here is Diomande. Diomande in the area. Look for a little pass. Here's a volley, and it was inches away. Freddy Valverde was just mere inches away from giving Real Madrid the lead in spectacular fashion. I think it hits the post on its way through. It does. My goodness. Understand Carlos Espy and Eduardo Camavinga may be getting set to come on for Real Madrid. Bellingham plays it left side. Here's Mbappe. Cutting to his right. Mbappe's shot blocked. Oh, good slide by Bellingham. Play continues on. Can he play it into Mbappe? Not the cleanest pass. He'd bang it to Diomande. Now it's Diomande to Bernardo Silva. Diomande now playing it back to Hoyson. Now here's Mbappe. Trying to weave the pass through and could not do so. Now it's Espanyol on the counterattack. There to get in the way, though, is Kanate. And now stoppage in a foul against whom I don't know. I think it's against Real Madrid because the Espanyol bench was like, what was that all about? And now the changes here. Espy and Camavinga find out who they will replace in a matter of minutes. Oh, Trent Alexander-Arnold's also coming on to replace Dumfries. Kind of a forgotten man. Beginning his second year with the club, formerly of Liverpool. His move from Liverpool to Real Madrid did not go over well with Liverpool. When does anything go over well with Liverpool people? When it doesn't go their way. Bellingham off and Espy on. And then Camavinga coming on. Sounded like Beavis Cornholio there. Camavinga. Nicaragua. My bunghole. Camavinga. There's Bernardo Silva, the other one that's coming off as well. Camavinga, 23-year-old, born in Angola, represents France at international level. Previously played, of course, at Rennes. Scored his first Champions League goal last year in their 5-0 away win against Kairat. 43 appearances, 2 goals at all competitions for Camavinga last season. Number 19, Carlos Espy, as Espanyol come forward. He's just 21. He's signed this summer from Levante, the biggest sale in Levante's history, 25 million euros. Scoring 18 goals and 63 appearances for them last season. Helped Levante win the Segunda Division title 2 seasons ago. Was the La Liga Player of the Month back in March, and was the Under-23 La Liga Player of the Season. So a great year he had for Levante last season. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Espy lays it off for Mbappe, and Mbappe's shot is wide. Then Trent Alexander-Arnold, 27-year-old from Liverpool, made 259 appearances for them before the controversial move. Camavinga committing a foul here. 30 appearances last season for Alexander-Arnold. He made in all competitions for Real Madrid. Now after that foul, it's a free kick for Espanyol. We're in the 83rd minute. Can Espanyol do something with this? They have a free kick. Lift it in, and where's it going to fall? Milan! Didn't really get contact, then a foul against Espanyol in the area there, and it's going to be a free kick for Real Madrid. Still 1-1. Again, more live football for you tomorrow. Manchester City against Bournemouth. Possibly Liverpool, Newcastle. Monday, Fulham against Chelsea. Here is Edu Exposito now for Espanyol. Exposito playing it long towards Fernandez. And Madrid are able to win possession. Now here comes Canate trying to run forward. Real Madrid have used all 5 of their substitutes. Espanyol could still make one more. Correa back there to cover defensively for Real Madrid. Here's a foul and a yellow card. Espanyol. A yellow for Exposito. Edu Exposito, 30-year-old from Cubeles, Spain. Made over 100 appearances for Espanyol. He's also played for Deportivo and in Eibar. Here's Alexander Arnold, or Trent, as he's knowing it. That's where he wears the back of the jersey, is Trent. Trent. Oh, good ball. Here's Mbappe trying to play it in for SB. And Dimitrovic covers it. You can call that the Waffle House save. He had that one scattered, smothered, and covered. You're not from the United States of America and you don't know what Waffle House is, I pity you. Here's Reese Dolan now for Espanyol. Dolan now cutting back to his left. Dolan got pushed from behind. And a little argy-bargy contact there between he and Mbappe. Into the final 5 minutes. 86th minute. Correa now with the ball for Real Madrid. Now it's Alexander Arnold. Ball on the right-hand side. Now here is Diamande. Diamande on the right-hand side. Diamande getting into the area. Diamande. His delivery sliced away. Will be a Real Madrid throw-in. Boy, Nunez, he's put in a good shift. Unai Nunez, defender on loan from Celta Vigo, he's really put in a good shift. And I would argue if this ends 1-1, he would be Espanyol's man of the match. They got a ways to go though. Cucurella back to Freddy Valverde. Alexander Arnold now lifting it back towards Vinicius, and Vinicius couldn't keep it in. 87th minute. Real Madrid destined to be held to just a point on the opening day. Espanyol going to make their final change. Edu Exposito's race has been run, and on will come Jofre Carreras. A 25-year-old from Girona. And with the youth product of Espanyol. The only time he has not played senior with Espanyol was the 22-23 season. We made 28 appearances in a loan move with Mirandes. He's played with their B team, and now he's with their senior team, and he comes on. See if Espanyol can at least get a point here. They got 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time to try and salvage that. Now it's at least some of the pass. It is Real Madrid trying to squeeze through. Down goes Mila. Mila running through for Espanyol. Could be a smash and grab steal. Here's Tyrese Dolan. He's cross deflected. Out of play. Cucurella with it for Real Madrid, and then over the top and an Espanyol player down. Dolan was saying, where's the foul? None given. Alexander Arnold lofting it in. Now Lozano has it for Espanyol. Espanyol. Alexander Arnold. Valverde, good play. Vinny Jr. makes a move right. Goes down, no foul. Espanyol trying to push here. Real Madrid, though, win it back. Now just inside of the attacking half. Here's Vinny Jr. Vinicius cutting left. And a block. And then sliced away by Lozano. 20 seconds to play. Right-hand side, this is Diamande. To Mbappe. Mbappe still battling. Fiddling, fidgeting, mistake, chance, B. It's a good punch for Espanyol, but it's a goal of their own downfall. Absolute confusion reigning. And Mourinho's men may have just snatched the points. An unlikely hero, Carlos Espy. Not one you had as a potential match winner tonight, be honest. But he looks to have given Real Madrid all 3 points on opening night. Espanyol finally succumbed to the pressure. And Carlos Espy makes it 2-1 to Real Madrid. Dimitri saw him. He was a bit hesitant. The defenders were all over the place. Came to the feet of Espy. And then he coolly slots it home. And Mourinho, double fist pump, nice reaction. Espy, a bit more exuberant. And perhaps Real Madrid have taken all 3 points. As Espy now here comes Espanyol. Milan. Now it's Real Madrid here to get it away as we're nearly halfway through stoppage time. There may be just a little bit more added, being that we had just hit 90 when that goal was scored. Throw in for Espanyol. This is going to be a tough one for them to take. They'll probably feel like they feel like they deserve at least a point. Inoho. Now gives it to Dolan. Espanyol trying to pass here. And they loft it in. Having some technical difficulties here at Studio G, perhaps. So bear with us here.